Hello. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a boosted post on Facebook. I'm going to be boosting this post from my client Lark. And just a little tip, typically you don't want to have too much text in the ad, but because this is necessary for the ad that I'm running, it'll be okay for this instance. But in general, try not to have too much text in the ad that you're running. But for our purposes today, I'm going to be showing you how to boost a short $5 ad. And I just want to point out here that there is an option to boost the post from the front end. I don't recommend doing that because your options for targeting are more limited. So instead, I'm going to say cancel ad, and we are going to head to Facebook Ads Manager. You click on Pages, and you head to Ads Manager here. And this will take you to the back end of Facebook ads. This is where you can find out how to review your ad, to edit it, to view the charts, to see how it's doing. You can also tell how the reach, you can see the amount spent, all that kind of good stuff. So from here, we're going to click Create. And there's two different options here. You can create a new campaign or use an existing campaign. If you'd like to create a new campaign, you'll want to consider your objectives. So you have awareness, consideration, conversion, and all these different options here. But for a boosted post, you'll always click on engagement. So down here we have engagement. There's three different options: post engagement, page likes, event responses. As you can imagine, if you wanted to boost a page to get it more likes, you would click page likes. If you wanted to boost an event for more event responses, you'd click event responses. But for our purposes right now, we're going to be doing post engagement. So the campaign name, and this is very important because Klipfolio, which is where your Facebook ad reports are housed, will be pulling this data from Facebook. And so it's very important that you label the ad exactly how your client is listed on the Klipfolio master sheet. If you need to head there first just to double check, do so. But I know that this client is labeled as Lark on the master sheet. So I'm going to write Lark boosted post March ads. Awesome. So this tells the client that these are the ads that they have paid us for March. It is a boosted post and which client it's for. And this is also important because your client is going to be seeing this, so you want it to look polished and professional. So we'll hit continue. Next, there's another section to name your ad. So you'll want to name it something similar. Again, your client will be seeing this, so keep that in mind. March ads, and then I'm going to put something a little bit more specific because this falls under the campaign, Trivia Tuesdays. Awesome. So now we have that named. Remember to always pay attention to this because it's easy to miss when you first get to this next page in the ad set creation. And here we come to our audience section. So you can create a new audience. You can use a saved audience. I definitely recommend that if you're doing a boosted post for your client frequently, to create an audience and save that. So if you did not have one saved, you'd want to exit out of the United States because we're not trying to target everyone in the USA. But for my client, they're in Chicago. So if I wanted to, I can create this new audience. 25 miles is a bit broad. We'd probably bring it down to like 10. You can also type in the client's address, 341. I'm just making this up. You can put in the address and then you can set the radius for that. You can do all sorts of things for location, but right now, because I already have a saved audience, so it'll tell you if you don't have a location, I'm going to use my saved audience. So we'll type it in here. I have two sets of saved audience for Lark, and you can see here that I've used zip codes. So these are the neighboring zip codes in the Chicago area that I want to target. And we have these interests here. I'm going to actually edit these interests, and that's something to keep in mind. You can always edit the interests after you've saved an audience. So this was the interest that I used for the last boosted post, but for this boosted post, because it is about Marvel Comics and DC Comics. Oops. Oh yeah, that's correct. And they serve half-price bottles of wine today, and they serve half-price pizzas. So those are the interests I'm going to include. Again, this is specific to your boosted post. You can use so many different kinds of ways of detailed targeting, so it's fun to explore that. I'm going to update this audience, not save as new, because I would create a whole new audience. So update the audience, done. And then, so this place is really important where you pick the placements. Facebook automatically clicks automatic placements. You're going to want to hit edit placements and pick the places from which you want your ad to be served. So in this instance, I only want it to be served on Facebook or Instagram feed here. You can click stories too. It's not a video, so I don't want to click suggested videos again. And then it's only a $5 ad, so I'm just going to keep it to feeds on Instagram and Facebook. So scrolling down, we don't have to pay attention to this, but this section is very important. You always want to switch daily budget to lifetime budget. This is your entire budget for the ad, and again, this is just a very tiny one, but you'd be surprised what you can do with $5 coming up with this, because it automatically sets the end date for a month later, but I just want this to go for a day. So keep in mind that this is Pacific time, so if your client is on the East Coast, then you want to be paying attention to that. So I'm going to put this for 10:30 a.m. Let's see. It's 9:18 now, so it's saying that my start date is in the past, so 9:20, because it'll take me a couple minutes to complete this. So now we have our lifetime budget, $5, start date March 5th, 9:20, end date March 6th, 10:30. Great. Wanna check that? Okay, cool. And next. So this is the last place where you'll need to label your ad. This section here the client won't see, but it's still good to keep it polished and professional just to get in the habit. So Lark, and it always auto-populates to Esplanade Furniture, so you want to keep tabs on that. And when you make changes down here, it often switches back to Esplanade Furniture, so you definitely want to be looking at that and checking out the auto-populates all the time. You always want to be checking your ad quadruple times anyway, just to make sure that you have it all right. So here we have the ad. This is a boosted post from the page, so I don't have to create anything. And I'm just going to go back one more time prior to hitting confirm and make sure that my audience is correct. Make sure that my placements are what I want them to be. Yep. Make sure my budget is where I want it to be, $5. Start date, end date, all good to go. And here I have Lark. Here I have Lark Chicago as the Instagram page. And I'm gonna confirm. And that's how you do a boosted post. This is from the back end of Facebook Ads Manager. I recommend doing it this way. It'll go to in draft here and then in review. So check back in about an hour, make sure that your boosted post is actually running. I do boosted posts for this client a lot, so typically it goes faster. The more that you do ads for your client, the more that Facebook picks up on that and reviews your ads quicker. Pro tip. All right, I hope that was helpful, and good luck with your Facebook ads.